Well, hello everyone, and this is going to be a walk around on the van setup now. We've come away again this weekend, so this is our second trip with the van. We're down in Llanelli, South Wales, just not far from the coast. I'll flip the video around and I'll show the view from the campsite now. But I thought I'd take this opportunity to show that the van is pretty much finished now, apart from maybe odd bits and bobs that we need to do as we sort of change things around. Hopefully there won't be too many changes, but I'll just give you a little walk around the outside just to show what I've done on the outside, sort of change the look of the van slightly on the outside first, and then we'll go inside and show you everything set up. So this is the view that we have. A little bit cloudy-ish at the moment, but the sun is trying to break out. Forecast is quite nice for this evening, so with a bit of luck it'll be good. So that's the view we currently have looking out from the van. So there's the side of the van now. We've got the new wheels on, so the Black Renault Warlords with the KO2 tyres. Obviously we've got the spare wheel car in the back, and we've got the obligatory Trasharoo bag as well on the back. I actually sort of used a bicycle cable on this. I mean, we shouldn't really need to do that, but unfortunately in this day and age you never know, you may come back and it's gone, so I just put that on and fed that through the holes at the bottom just to make it more difficult for someone to take. As you know, the tool awning on the top there, we're not going to use it at the moment because there's no need to, but yeah, that's easily deployed, as we know. And I've got the wheel arch covers then as well to sort of break the black up on the sides of the van, and we've got the nice rally flaps as well, give it a bit more of an aggressive look. And the front then, I've changed the front as well. We've got these headlight covers on the front, and obviously we've got the bug guard on the top. I've also de-chromed the badge there, and I've de-chromed the grille as well to give it that sort of a all black look. I've actually put, I didn't show you that, I've actually put covers on the rear lights as well. So these are the covers on the rear lights, just to make it a bit more black and white contrasting, and it just breaks it up a little bit. I think that's about it. Yeah, and there's obviously our electric 240 hookup point at the back there should we need that, but we've got plenty of power at the moment running with the Fogstar Drift 230 amp hour battery. Plenty of power. I'll show you the setup in the back of the garage in a moment. So let's go around and have a look now. We'll open the door up and I'll show you the setup inside. So there's the kitchen unit there, and our step obviously straight in. We've got all the seats swivel around. You have to excuse the dog bed because she travels with us wherever we go. So that's the little Chihuahua Palace there, so she's up front as a co-driver. But seats swivel around. Now this is the table that I've made out of the leftover kitchen worktop. Again, I routed out all the underneath to reduce the weight of this table to make it much more usable. Obviously this is on the Lagan mount there, which is mounted to the side of the bench seat, which is obviously the toilet and the pop-up shower. So this is obviously height adjustable, but we can sit here, sort of one there and one here, and have food if you want to eat inside without any issues. You can get the height lovely. It's quite versatile and it's quite usable. That obviously it'll swivel to wherever you want it to go really, and you can swing it out the way, or even just take it off out the way. I keep everything up here in the overhead storage that I made. So these are the blinds we've got for the van. All the front blinds are in a pack there, and the poles and the winder for the awning, the tensioner poles and everything, it's all up the top there, out the way. Quite neat. And the table stores up there as well. And as we know, in here there's all the shower unit here. I'll put a photo up now showing that setup rather than set everything up now, but there's everything stored away in there, out of the way. And in here we have the toilet and the bits and bobs to use should we need to. Obviously these are the finished units now. There's plenty of room in these drawers, keep the ability coffee, etc. The other drawer there has got all our cutlery in. Let me just move this ladder out of the way so I can show you that. So there we are, we've got cutouts for the cutlery, stops everything rattling around, and it doesn't, we don't get much rattling at all when we drive along. It's pretty good, to be honest. Obviously there's the fridge freezer running at the moment, as we see, and this is a false drawer here, obviously because of the sink unit in the top. Under here then we've got our box of bits and bobs, and we have the water system there, the wastewater system. This is all we've gone for at the moment, the temporary sort of, say temporary, a smaller water system. So it's like, that's a 20, I think that's a 20 litre container there, and I've got two 20 litre jerry cans that I use, one plumbed in and then one obviously to top up should we need to, rather than go, I haven't gone for an onboard tank system as of yet. That may change, but as of yet we haven't gone for that. We got the Thetford XXX then here, oven and hob, which is all fitted in, and then under here, nice big drawer full of pots and pans, still plenty of room in there, and that keeps everything nice and neat in there, out the way, pops it shut and locks shut. So this is the bed set up there. We've got two storage covers up here and just two like pop-in pods. I didn't want to have two full storage covers there because obviously that's the headroom area where we sleep, and knowing my luck I'd wake up in the night and wake up and head but the cupboard. So we've gone for that. We've got plenty of storage here. I mean, this is storage where we keep all our sort of plates and everything, so we don't really need any more storage than we've got. There's plenty of storage here at the moment. But that's the double bed we've got, using a Simba mattress, and then obviously we've got the ladder then when we want to at night to go in, which clips on there. I won't clip it down tight now, but clips on there, and that's our ladder then to get up and onto the bed and off the bed easily. It's nice and easy. Here we've got a 240 point should we need it, and there's a USB charging point for phones, or you know, whatever, really anything, whatever you want to charge USB with. There's a point there for that. And then we're on to our sink, which is the Thetford, again, sink in there. Chopping board, I think is, yeah, the chopping board's in there as well, and obviously the tap. This actually does unclip and come out. It's on a hose, so should you want to use it as the hose, and then pops back in out the way. Up here we've got the controller for the Max fan, and we've got the afterburner unit for the diesel heater that's on here, and this is a good bit of kit, to be honest. This you can set the temperature on it. There's various videos on YouTube regarding these. They are a good bit of kit, much better than the actual original controller, and quite easy to just connect up, to be honest, so they're well worth a look at. And this is the trim panel I made then to sort of finish off above there. It was a bit tricky to do that, didn't really know what to do, but looks okay. I think it's finishing off is better than having all the cables, and there's obviously the Max fan there. So that's the inside of the van, pretty much set up as it is for use. Obviously we've got the blinds that'll pop on all the windows here, utilising these small magnets here, which you can't really notice, and the blinds just stick on easily. There's no real difficulty with them at all, they just literally pop. I wonder if I can do that, show you the blinds here now. So let's get the blind, and then we can just pop him on. There we go. Pop him on. And there we are, popped in, and it's literally that simple. Like, I can do that one-handed, so it's not really a problem. Nice lightweight, they fold away easily out the way. We've got similar ones then for the small windows at the back. They just, again, same thing, a few magnets around the frame, and they just stick on, and they do provide a good blackout. Very good blackout, to be honest. So I'll get around the back now. I'll open the back up and I'll show you everything in the back there. I didn't show you these lights. We've got the swivel lights here as well with the USB chargers, the reading lights, which are good. I've also put some lights underneath here for extra lighting should we need it. So there you go. These are pretty good. I've got two of these in the garage, which I'll show you now, which is linked to a switch just as you open the door. So there's obviously another one under here as well. These give plenty of light, should you want a nice bright working surface or just a good bright light in here, to be honest. Obviously with the 5 in the ceiling as well, there's more than enough lighting inside. So I'll get around the back now and I'll show the back of the van now, show everything's set up around the back. Okay, so this is the garage area around the back. As you can see there, we've got a similar blind which rolls up out the way. Obviously you just literally unclip that, drop it down, zip the two sides up, and that really insulates inside. It's been quite warm, to be honest, the last couple of nights that we've used it, and we don't need it used at the moment, but obviously this is designed to be used all year round, so it'll come in handy, I'm sure, further down the line. This is simply Velcro, which sticks on the side there, and then this obviously uses the other side of the Velcro to attach all the way around. Made by the same company that we've got all the other blinds from. I'll stick a link in to their website so people can have a look. So we go inside. So the first thing here now obviously is the gas locker. So I built this gas locker to house that 6 kilo bottle, and we've got regulator, everything set up in there. There's a dropout vent as well. You can see the dropout vent there in the corner, and this is all sealed, so there's no danger of any gas leaking into the van from this. Clips up tight. We've got, let me just turn this light on. So we've got the water system there with the quick release there. They're a very good quick release, those. They're not cheap, but they are a pretty good system, and it's a good positive clip when it clips in. And the good thing about it is when you unclip it, it seals on the other end, so you're not going to get any sort of leak back when you try to change the bottle or fill the bottle up. Shoe flow pump, and I put the accumulator in as well because we were getting a little bit of surging with the water, so I put the accumulator in. This box is just full of bits and bobs that we need. The fridge is just kicked in. Diesel heater is housed in there, which I boxed in. I sound deadened that as well, and obviously lined it the same as the floor. And I've got to be honest, it's quite quiet when it's running. You don't really hear a lot at all, to be honest. It's very good. And obviously this is the back of the fridge freezer. There's the spare 20 litre tank, and we've got levelling blocks here. This then is the box I made just to house the electrics. So there's our electric system there. It's only a basic 12 volt electric system, but we don't tend to run anything 240 when we've been camping the last couple of years. We don't need it really. I've got the 240 link in here should we decide to stay on a campsite for a long period of time. We can then use the hookup if we want occasionally to charge the battery up if we need to. I've got solar. I mean, there's a Red Arc BCDC 1250D charger there, which charges the battery back up in quite quickly, to be honest, when you're driving along. There is a solar link up to this as well. I haven't got a solar panel permanently on the roof of the van because I tend to like to use the fold out solar blankets, because you can set the angle of those and capture the sun. I have found personally a lot easier, and you can move them around as well. You can also obviously park your van in your shade if you want to and still have your solar out in the sun should you need to. So that's the way I've set this up. It's pretty much very similar, well, it's exactly the same, to be honest, as I've done with the truck. There's no permanent solar mounted on the truck. It's all done with the solar blankets that we've got. I've got two 100 watt blankets which will charge at a reasonable pace, you know what I mean? And it's handy to top up if you're going to stay for a few days. It'll handy to top up. But I mean, this battery we've been running I think we run 16 or 18 hours yesterday without moving, and it'd gone down from 100% down to 86%. So you'd be good for probably 3 or 4 days without really worrying about having to charge the battery back up much. To be perfectly honest, it would be very good. You'd only have to go for a drive for an hour or so anyway, and you'd probably charge it back up, obviously depending on how low you'd run it. So that's the way we've gone for that. I just made this cupboard really just to keep everything sort of protected and out of the way really. Plenty of space here. Obviously I've taken everything out that we brought with us this time so that you can see everything sort of as it is, but that's the system we've got at the moment and seems to be working fine. Like I said, I don't know whether I'm going to change and put a tank under here where the spare wheel was. I'm obviously not there now because we've got the spare wheel on the back, so I may in the future put a tank under there. It all depends. We primarily do 1-2 day trips, weekend trips more than long weeks. So the 20 litre containers that we are here, to be honest, there's 40 litres of water on there, which is good for a few days, you know what I mean? So we don't really need to carry, I didn't really want to have a sort of 100 litre tank or, huge tank, which just adds a lot more weight to the vehicle. I didn't really want to add loads and loads of weight. So that's as this setup as it is now. Obviously that can be changed further down, and we simply just extend that pipe down the bottom, put your tank underneath, and you're good to go. You can add more water system if you wish to, but that's what we've got at the moment. So that's the back of the van there, working well at the minute. We've done, like I say, this is the third night now we've gone out since I've finished. I only finished it a couple of weeks ago, and everything seems to be okay. We had the diesel heater on last night because it did go a bit chilly last night. Lovely. We sat in the van, closed up, it was lovely and toasty in there. It was a very comfortable place to be, so that worked perfectly, to be honest. So it all seems to be good at the moment. So I'll just flip this back. Oh, the light didn't show the light. So there's the light switch I put here. Obviously then you've got your 2 lights underneath. I mean, in the daytime now you can't really see it. I don't think you see much of it different. A little bit of a difference, but not a lot. But at night time it really does light that up perfectly. It's nice crisp white light in there, so it's great for access in the dark if you need to get something out the back. Lights up, and obviously having the switch there is much easier than trying to reach under and faff around with a switch in there. I've got 2, one sort of here and one further back, and it lights up the whole space nicely. Well, I had to put the shades on because the sun's really out now. It's nice and warm too. So that's going to be the wrap up on this video, and pretty much the build. If there's anything changes, I'll obviously update things as we go along. Like I said at the beginning of all of this, I wasn't going to do an in-depth build video showing every single bit. This is me doing this for myself and learning this as I've gone along, so I really didn't want to sort of try and sort of profess to be full of knowledge of all of this. I've done a lot of research myself on YouTube, which I'm sure other people do as well. Van's turned out pretty good. I think it's going to suit our needs for what we need, and it's now ready for use. So I mean, that was another factor as well, not filming everything. I was trying to push hard to get this done ready so we could use it this year, working through the winter evenings, late in the evenings as well, and then trying to video things as well takes a lot longer. So I did really sort of crack on with as much of it as I could. There's a few videos following the build on different things, which I hope people have enjoyed. So if there's any updates going along, I'll obviously add more videos as we go along, maybe do some videos of our travels, etc. now. But I'm gonna sit here now and enjoy a well-earned beer, I think, and just chill out this afternoon. Thanks to everybody who's watched the videos, and thanks to all those who subscribed. And if you like the video as well, if you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up and a subscribe to try and support the channel. If anybody wants sort of any info on any of the things that I've done that sort of hasn't been answered, just drop a question in the comments, and I'll try and help if I can. Obviously, because there's a lot of people try and do this as well themselves. But if anybody sort of got any questions about anything, just drop a comment in, and then I'll try and get back and answer those questions if I possibly can. thanks to those who've watched anyway, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.